Hello Gemini, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista. This is your weekly reading for the week of May 13th to 19th, 2019. If you're new to the channel, you can check out my introduction video. It'll give you just a bit of background on how I read the cards. Anyway, let's dive in. Oh, so the first card that's come up for you is the Queen of Pentacles, and this card is going to talk to us about what's happening in the realm of the physical for you right now. And in the realm of the emotional, you have the Magician reversed. And for the mental realm, you have the Star. And in the spiritual, Judgment reverse. So Gemini, there is a lot going on for you right now. You're going through some pretty major shifts. You have major arcana in every sphere except the physical, and there you have a court card. So there's a lot happening here, and you might be feeling a little topsy-turvy. So with the Queen of Pentacles here in the body, you know that may be, or in the body, in the physical, that may be the one area where you feel things are not as topsy-turvy, and where you feel like you're pretty grounded and stable. I mean, Pentacles, they represent the physical, so you've got mastery in that area, and you are experiencing abundance and possibly fertility. And fertility doesn't necessarily mean in terms of having children, but fertility in terms of your creativity and your I don't want to say productivity, let's just stick with creativity. So it looks like that's the one place where things are pretty zen at the moment. Maybe not zen. Not necessarily zen, because great creativity and fertility can be a bit rambunctious and energetic and beautiful that way. And so in your emotions, you have the Magician in reverse. And this tells me that you are working at changing. You are working at actually being able to transmute your emotions from one thing into another. And that you're working at not just sitting with things as they are, and not just taking things as they come. Well, you are taking things as they come, but as they come, you're seeing, okay, where can this go? What can this lead to? How can I change this energy from what it is into something else? And that's a big lesson for us to learn, and that's a challenging one, and it looks like that may be a bit challenging for you right now, and you might be a bit stuck in that area at the moment, which is okay, because that means that that's where you're learning right now. And a major shift like this doesn't just happen easily or quickly. And in terms of mentally where things are at for you, and where your thinking is, you have the Star, and that's just beautiful. So your mind is on the prize, even while emotionally things may not be going as smoothly and as beautifully as you want them. You have your thoughts set on where it is you want to be, and you have in mind what your goals are, your vision for your life. And this is, you know, big picture stuff here. And you can see how the star here, she is pouring water both on the ground and into water. So the ground represents the physical. So that would be the Queen of Pentacles that we have here. And she's also watering her emotions. Water tends to speak of emotions. So you are working on keeping the stability that you have at the moment, and also moving your emotions and the way you manage your emotions to where you want it to be. So you have both in mind right now, and you're working at keeping that balance. And it may seem like you're off balance. That's maybe what these two cards together show, a bit of off balance. But as we see with the star, her foot is resting on the water, and yet she is still balanced, or they. Even in this precarious position, it's still working out for them. So take that as a bit of hope for you, that even with things being maybe not exactly where you want them and not quite as stable as you'd like them to be, they're actually not as topsy-turvy as it would seem they could be. And in terms of spirituality here, yeah, there's a lot going on there too. You have the Judgment card. So you are nearing the end of a cycle in terms of your spirituality, maybe nearing the end of a phase, a period of growth and renewal. And that's coming to an end. You're not quite at the end yet, but you're getting very, very close. And it's that last push, that last slog up that hill that is really asking you who you really are. Who are you really? And I guess that's the question that this whole reading is. I think you have in mind who you want to be. You want to be this person who is stable physically and emotionally, is able to work with those emotions and move through them and bring them into something beautiful on the other side. But it's not all completely sorted out. You don't have an entire picture of what that would look like. You still have that bit of questioning on the spiritual end of things. And you're on this quest that, and maybe it's seemed like a very long one, but take courage and take hope, because you are towards the end of it. This visioning that you have been doing is standing you in good stead. The one thing about the Judgment card is that it seems, well, first of all, where you're at is very protected. You have this angel here represented on the card, and that shows that there's a lot of protection and care and comfort available to you during this time. And it's also a time of calling back to yourself the parts of yourself that you may have felt you needed to discard, or the parts that you maybe feel you had lost in the past, or that you had become disconnected from. And it's calling back all of that which you still need and still want to have available to you. This is a really beautiful reading. And And I'm just looking to see if there's any other little tidbits of advice that we can pull out here. Because with the star card, sometimes it can demonstrate that people have become a little bit towards the bypassy side, where they, want to keep their eye on the prize and on the dream, but then they're not grounded. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, you are very grounded. Even with all of this that's going on, you're really integrating all these different pieces of yourself and working on them together into an integrated whole, and that's beautiful. So keep up the great work, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments below if it resonated for you. If not, that's okay. It's a general reading. It can't resonate with everybody. If you would like a personal reading, the link to my website is in the description box below. And I hope you have an excellent week.